I am ready for some fucking Fortnite, but I just want to touch on what I feel is interesting, which is the fact that this continent, this is the first time that this continent is getting to be like explored. You know what I mean? We're finally getting to see what's on it. And the thing about this continent, America, is people migrated from the east to the west. They expanded territory, however you want to word it. Manifest destiny or divine providence is what they called it sometimes. Let me see. Start this over. Divine providence and manifest destiny, annexation of land, whatever. It started in the east, and people moved from the east to the west. They started coming over here. Well, they didn't get this location until like 18 something. Was annexed into the USA, I believe, after the Mexican-American war against Mexico. Got annexed into the USA. After that, there's Civil War One, which ended in 1865. So you're talking about like, I think 1840s, I think, is when California got annexed into the location. And it wasn't until under 100 years back, under a century back, is when the USA began, 1776. And Columbus landed here less than 100 years before that. But when he landed here, he had to go back, tell them what he found and where he found it. Then they came out here. So there's a bunch of time where pretty much everyone thought the earth was flat. Everyone thought if you go to the edge of the ocean, you're gonna fall off the edge of the ocean. Columbus discovered that you're not gonna fall off, that there's another continent here, and you can actually go around the world in a sphere. Pretty much he's the one that started the discovery that the planet is spherical, not flat. And the Queen obviously didn't want people to know about that because if you have locations to escape to, then your population, you're gonna lose control over your population because they can go somewhere. They can say, fuck you, I'm gonna go to the fucking American continent and hide from you and just live my life out here. Well, anyways, that's where the military comes in, when she sent the military over all this stuff, and he had to say he got lost and everything. And I'm not sure if he actually did or if that's just his story. But they said they ran into a storm, and then once they recovered from that storm, they ran into another storm, saw some land, and thought, oh my God, we made it to India. And turned out it's not India, it's what we call now the American continent. And it was on the west coast of America. I think it was like Florida, New York, somewhere over there. And so you're talking about pretty much it hasn't been touched, you guys. You're talking about 2026 years back. No one has touched it at all. No one has touched the land. If you're talking about Native Americans, they haven't ever been into, as far as I know, building up some profit of a fucking gold and fucking diamonds and all this stuff. It was more like Mother Nature, leave it alone, and we're gonna, live with the land type of mentality. And so this is kind of a new thing, but making things for tools, that might get moved around and stuff, but there just wasn't that many of them, and I don't know if that's the priority of what they were about, and maybe their survival, their existence. So even if there was people around, they probably weren't looking for that stuff. The ground could be covered with a whole bunch of plants, berry bushes, and who knows what the fuck else. And then it just feels like the land has been unexplored, like an untouched continent. And this should be pretty much evidence for people that um, it feels like we're on new land out here. You know what I'm saying? And on America, at least, the American continent, it feels like pretty much new land. And you think about who could own, well, who could own the land? First of all, the land was being sold off in, I think, like 500 acre plots of land, and then over time, the land has been subdivided and sold off in subdivisions, but it was about 500 acres of land, plots of land. And who was around when they were selling the plots of land? It was pioneers. So it wasn't everyone's priority to be a gold miner. Some people were the bar owner and running the things that people are going to be spending the gold on. Not everyone wants to go out and fucking get dirty and risk their life with the fucking snakes and what the fuck ever else, the mosquitoes and everything that could be falling on you. Some people want to be chilling and listening to music, and that's what they would do. They set up some, so it's not every, or maybe someone's growing food. Maybe someone's producing tools or producing weapons, you know, self-defense tools, hunting tools. Maybe someone is splitting logs, all that fucking possibility. And there's not that many people when you consider the size of land to the size of someone's body. There's not that many people, and then for them to know, you know, that, because I heard also back in the day, diamonds were more common, that people didn't really value diamonds that much compared to gold, because gold was more rare, you know, that's just how things work. But as they were mining the gold, the diamonds were just getting thrown off and sometimes crushed up and everything, because although they're strong, they can break and everything. But the gold remains. The gold remains because it's an element that does not rust, and it remains because people are turning it into art or jewelry, whatever, and keeping it in there in a safe, and it's not going anywhere. Whereas the diamonds have been turned into dust or crumble, you know, smacked into smaller pieces as they collide with other rocks through the tailings of the fucking gold, and could be getting washed downstream, could be getting picked up by a fucking bird or who the fuck knows what. So what I'm trying to say is, I believe that the planet has been heavily mined across all these different continents. We're not talking about Antarctica, but across all these continents, the planet has been heavily mined because that's where the species has been. The only people that they know of that was on the American continent is the Mayans. And the Mayans disappeared. No one knows where they went. They just have temples that are in Mexico, ziggurat temples, that no one knows where the Mayans went. There's no trails leading out. There's no stories talking about them. There's just temples that are left behind. There's temples in Mexico. There's temples out in the southern part of South America continent. Which, that's why I believe that some of the Native Americans may have come from the Mayan. Like maybe someone decided to explore out, you know, and expand. I don't know what went down, but some time frame, the Mayans just disappeared. And looks like they were pretty smart, but no one has any history of we got into a big ass war against the Mayans, and you know, there was none of that. Pretty much no one knew about the American continent. So what we're on right now, it feels like brand new fucking land. All the way up, I mean, across the whole thing. And what I'm wondering is, makes you wonder, how big could a diamond actually be? Because you remember what I told you with the gold in the stream could be sitting right on top of the stream. He picks up the gold nuggets. They were gold nuggets that he picked up, not sifting through and just sitting on top of the stream. He picked up these gold nuggets, put them in his hat, went to the CEO, whoever, the foreman on the job, and they contacted the president. The president came out and confirmed that yes, there's gold. That's gold in the stream here, in the river, and that's what began the USA's gold rush. What I'm saying is, because the other thing is they had gold veins. There's gold nuggets, gold veins, and then there's golden hearts, what the vein is connected to or coming from. And the gold also is gold dust. So I'm wondering if a lot of what we're finding with the diamonds across the planet, what we could be finding is pretty much across the planet. I think what they're finding with diamonds, they're finding nuggets of diamond. They're finding just these nuggets of diamond, right? Well, who's to say that that's what a diamond, maybe there's the veins of diamond, but it's not a vein like gold, because gold is an element that melts. It can melt and it can bend. It's very malleable. So it bends, it does all the shapes that you want. Diamond is the opposite. It will not bend. It's not going to do the shape that you want. You got to carve it, and it has to be something extremely strong, an element strong enough to cut the diamond into the shape that you want. But it's not going to naturally just bend into a chain or whatever. So diamonds are not like gold in that way. And so a gold vein, when you're describing a diamond vein, maybe a diamond vein would be like a boulder. You're gonna find like a boulder, or you're gonna start finding like rocks. I'm just wondering, you guys, because you could imagine going on to Mars, and we'll just say Mars has gold right on the surface, right? Because no one's ever fucking been on Mars before. So who's gonna be going around picking up gold? Because no one's ever been there. So hypothetically speaking, we go to Mars and we're just finding gold nuggets on the ground and gold veins right on top of the surface, because our species has been around for 90,000 years. And there has been intelligence before this species has been around, but 90,000 years of, there's kings, queens, all these castles, pyramids, ziggurats out in Mexico and Amazon jungle, just all these stories of jewelry and everything. Well, it all had to be collected at some point by someone, and once you start collecting this stuff, it's going to be harder and harder to find. So yeah, it sounds like, oh man, it's really hard to find all this stuff, but it's only hard to find because it's already been collected. So say you go to a location where nothing has ever been done ever, apparently, then I guess it's like we landed on fucking Mars and pretty much the shit is just right here on the surface. Because it's not just about seeing it, but you gotta know what it is. You gotta know, oh man, this thing is valuable. Let me bend over and pick it up. So, and then how do I contact the president and go, hey, I'm on probation out here in California. The Democrats can't get their shit together, but I guess the blame is on me. Anyways, I got a whole bunch of fucking diamonds and golden quartz, along with quartz boulders and various other things. So, how do you break that news to the and is $2 billion really that big of news? I don't know. They're in the trillions. But it's all this and that, this and that. I am 3,000, about 2,500 to 3,000 feet up. So that means there's a lot of space to go down and explore down. Maybe there's more and more as I go down deeper. Maybe there's less. I don't know. But on the surface, this is all surface level. Hey, I'm living indigent as fuck. 0% tax bracket, EBT, CalFresh. Yeah, we got some diamonds out here and no one can afford them because no one's, also on the opposite spectrum, no one's rich enough to be able to afford anything that I got right here. Everybody else is kind of in the same situation. You gotta pay for food. You gotta, they gotta spend that paycheck on food. 50% gets thieved. So, yeah, that was the thing is, I'm almost positive I'm right that they are diamonds. I mean, 99.99% sure. The thing that I am glad about though is, as far as the leadership, I mean, it was pretty much a do-nothing leadership, it feels like, during the Nancy Pelosi binge. But now something, I mean, right at the end here, she's getting ready to be done. I guess she's finally stepping down. And, but yeah, the discovery was made during her time, so I don't know, you guys. At least we could say that, something monumental did occur, but the only thing is, it is male digestive tract that found the occurrence. I mean, the other person's name that's on this property is male digestive tract, and then we got the loan company we borrowed with and the realtor and everything's all male digestive tract. Person that owned it before, male digestive tract. But yeah, this property was split. Definitely, it was 10 acres and it became 5. And then you got the one over here, my water meter. I got to go way the fuck out, not just to the edge of my road here, but my water meter, I got to go and walk over this way, walk and keep walking. So that tells me that this property at one point was much larger than it is, or what, yeah, than it is now. And I think that this was the main spot of it, of the property, and they probably subdivided it off after that, whoever owned it. But I think it's only been 2 families, as far as the records go back. 2 families have owned it prior to me being on the property name, my name on the property. Only 2 families have owned it back to, I think, the 1900 like 80s is the earliest that the records show. But I wouldn't be surprised if someone did own it before that, because like I said, the meter is way the fuck out there. But I don't know. So we'll say 2 families have owned it before. That's back to the 1980s. And you go before that, well, what's 100 years before 1980? 1880. Well, what's 15 years before that? 1865, which is Civil War I. So you're talking about, and people do live to be 100. Maybe one person owned it, and who knows what that person was doing on it. I don't know. It's like like I said, it feels like it's untouched land. Like we're on another fucking planet out here.
I'm Sammy. Nice to meet you. What?
That road out there, the road that is paved and all this stuff, used to be a walking trail. It wasn't a road, it was just a trail that people were walking on. There's a thing over here that describes how it was just a trail. You know what I'm saying? To all those people that thought it was so fucking funny. Oh my god, that's just fucking too funny, huh? Think of the fucking shit you thought was fucking funny. to be flexing on motherfuckers that are without, you know what I mean? Without this, without that, without fucking this. Let's go flex on them. It's gonna be so funny. Look at my life compared to your life. Elon goes out and throws out that fucking Nazi salute. Man, this is just all fucking so hilarious, you guys. It's hilariousness. People are all, I wanna watch. Solar time, lunar time, meteorological cycle, which time frame are you on? Oh man. It's just so funny. Whoa, looks like there's clouds right here.
I'll take a hazy. This is what you get with cubic zirconia.
They need a fucking mute button on this motherfucker. If there's a way to do that. Mostly I have sex.
I tried every type of ED medication, Viagra or sildenafil, and Cialis or Tadalafil. I know this works for some people, but I did not get reliable results, 4 out of 10. Now, I was excited by the combination of ingredients these two had. This one combined sildenafil and Tadalafil, and this one added vardenafil to the mix, but they both have the same problem. Well, they got things going down there. There was nothing going on up here. So while physically my guy looked ready, mentally, I still wasn't into it. 6 out of 10.
You know that Viagra and Cialis do absolutely nothing for arousal, right?
Concerning Walton Goggins goggle glasses, I needed a website. Figuring out how to make one was pretty hard.
Damn. Zodiac motherfuckers. for Hunger Games. I wonder if they're coming out with another one or if this is that one, the second one of when they're talking about the past Hunger Games.
At Lake Tahoe Community College, education isn't just about books. It's about career growth, personal fulfillment, and being part of a vibrant and inclusive community. Choose from more than 45 programs to kickstart your career or transfer to a four-year university. Apply now at ltcc.edu.
Oh man. Hold on.
At IHG
I
Hotels
zoned
and
out.
Resorts, you can explore the neighborhood. Or live like a local.
And that was just someone who compiled some random channel. I don't like playing those.
You can guess how you guessed.
250 years ago, America said, enough! No more paying extra for stuff we never asked for.
Kyle
So we
Dixon. Stranger Things. Let's see what we got. Wow. 4, 3. Yeah, the third one started to get spookier, I'm pretty sure. Started from the start of it, otherwise it's more scary. Alright, I'm just cooking up some motherfucking rice. I'll be right back, because all I'm doing is cutting this butter into it. It's not a big... it's not part of my channel. I'm doing it to eat. I'm not a cooking channel.
Nice hat. Where'd you get it?
Depop, $12.
Might cost me a lot more than that.
Prefer a GLP-1 pill to lose weight?
So, I never intended to be super skinny. I've always.
Oh, I saw the deer recently, and I was gonna get a video. But I said, you know what? Because one has a broken antler, but they all had fuzzy antlers, and at first they were kind of scared of me, and then they just stood there and looked at me and let me walk by. My technique: if you're looking at them, then they get scared. But if you don't look at them, like you just stay on your path, then they like ignore you. They just ignore you and treat you like you're a part of the fucking environment.
Jermaine is typically on the road for months at a time. I'd like to make him feel comfortable. I love Downy because it makes the sheets smell so fresh all week.
Fresh sheets for 7 nights.
And sheets smell like home.
Opioid addiction gets between you and what you love. Once monthly, Sublocade may help you move forward in your recovery. Sublocade, with counseling and psychosocial support, treats moderate to severe opioid addiction in adults started on an oral dose of buprenorphine or already on buprenorphine. Sublocade is just one dose that lasts all month long with no complete detox required. Buprenorphine should be started after the first signs of withdrawal. Sublocade may cause harm or death if injected in the vein. As an opioid, it may cause serious life-threatening breathing problems. Ask for opioid overdose reversal medicine. Get emergency help right away if you're faint, dizzy, sleepy, confused, have problems breathing, seeing, or talking, or if reversal medicine.
Sometimes I just wonder if the past had music similar to us, or are we kind of on a new hype out here with our style of music? Because this is a orchestra. They're coming up with pretty crazy sounds. Just imagining maybe someone had performances in the forest or something. Never know. Alright, I'm gonna water the plants real quick. So I'll do that and then probably play some Fortnite. I gotta change, because I don't want to get any of this fucked up. So I'll be right back though. And